Takashinga to Chechu boys and to the pride and honor of playing in the national team. And now, of course, he is in his coaching career. And guess what? He still attracts the limelight. Yes, I have the man, STEWART MATSIKENYERI, our all-time cricketer, right here on Living Legends, proudly brought to you by Teleso Zimbabwe. The tariffs are very cheap. And guess what? When you recharge, you get 100% mega bonus just for you, our customers. And in case you want the line, you can get it in any Teleso shop that is available near you, in proud partnership with Proton Bakers, with the leading cookies, of course, Maramba. So they are found on 250 grams, 500 grams, 1 kg, as well as 2 kg. And you can also find them in any retail that is available near you. And of course, special mention to Indigo Interior. Mkona vatkagara mumba, mkona masofa ni makauchi ni chichi zvinhu zvacho zvakangorongeka. They are also located at 30 Daika Cresta, Borodale West in Harare. And of course, the beautiful dress from Tembani. Yes, I have STEWART Murisa. Good to see you.
Good to be here, Masi.
All right, I always see you guys do this to your warm. What should we do that time?
That's just part of the game where you shine a ball to make sure that it gives you an advantage, or just to make sure that it lasts for as long as possible.
Nice. So welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
All right. So just a brief breakdown about STEWART MATSIKENYERI.
Well, Stuart has played cricket for a very long time, since primary school. Grade 4 to be exact, and since then up to now I've just been involved in the game. Of course, there's been a few things that have come in and around that, but I suppose that would describe me.
So how did cricket came about? I understand you started playing at tender age, grade 4 maybe. Yeah,
so my brother played cricket. This is after Zimbabwe cricket then introduced the sport in the high density area. So I come from Highfield, and I was at a school called Chipembere. So the coaches that came out and introduced cricket took my brother's class, and it is through him that I first got introduced to the game. Yeah. All
right. So how did you end up at Takashinga?
Yeah, so the coaches, again, that were involved in Highfields saw a bigger picture, and they pretty much started club cricket to bring in all the children that played cricket around. So we had Chipembere, we had Mbizi, we had Chengu. So it was important to start a club for the community, so that the game can spread. So that's how I eventually ended up at Takashinga.
Nice. I understand that you yourself, Vusimuzi Banda, Hamito Masakadza, Tatenda Taibu, you were one of you were the people in the first stream from Takashinga to get scholarships to Chechu. Tell me more about it.
We were actually the second. There was a batch above us. Okay, they did go to Prince Edward. So when our group came through, Churchill was identified as one of those schools that would take the cricketers further. So we had a string of trials that we went through, and from our Highfield area, those are the guys that came through and won those wonderful scholarships that gave us an opportunity to play cricket further.
Nice. So what role did Stephen Magongo play in your times in Takashinga?
Yeah, when you talk about legends, that is a real legend of our time in cricket. Stephen Magongo was extremely influential. He is a really, really good cricket coach. I think the one thing that stands out for me was the way he sold the game to us as youngsters. One of the big things about cricket is you've got to be able to enjoy it, and I think it goes with many things in life. If you enjoy doing something, you are almost always going to give everything you can, and you're going to be successful at it. So that was one of his tools. He made us enjoy the game. He was a very funny guy to start. Turns out it wasn't the same as we went, but he sold the game so well to us. And going forward, really good technical coach, really good tactical coach for us as youngsters. So I could spend all day speaking about Stephen Magongo. but a real asset to Zimbabwe cricket.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, a lot of cricketers have gone through his hands, and many have gone to do really good things for the country.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of credit has to go to him.
Of course. Your experience at Chechu Boys High, and did it in any way improve your game?
Chechu Boys High is a massive place in my life. I think I learned a lot of life lessons out at church, especially, I mean, if I can mention to begin with the headmaster that we had at the time, Mr. Mtsekwa, just a wonderful father figure that, you know, brought us from Highfield into Gentlemen of Churchill as we proudly grew up. But within that institute, there was a lot of lessons in the sports field, in the classroom, and, you know, just a wide range of lessons. But yeah, a place that, again, I am forever grateful for having gone through it.
Nice. 2002, you broke into the national team, and that was your debut. Tell me more about it.
Yeah, so my first international for Zimbabwe was against West Indies. And yeah, a day that will live in my memory for forever. It was such a wonderful introduction to international cricket for a lot of reasons. First of all, you know, leading into that test match itself, I had a really good first-class season with Manicaland under Mark Burmester then, and then I was selected to play in a warm-up match. You know, the touring sides usually get a warm-up match. So we played a warm-up match, and this was a special one as well because it was the first time that Takashinga hosted an international team in Highfields. So for us growing up, West Indies were always you know, heroes of ours. So to have them in Highfields at our club, which we built, was special. Scored a good number of runs in that game, 75 not out. With the only opportunity that I got to bet, and there were a couple of sports available. Ended up winning that debut and scored 57 in my first innings to partner with Tatenda to rescue us from a sticky position, and then got 46 not out in the next innings, and yeah, we very nearly won that test match. So really good memories. But I think beating England in Nottingham, my first overseas tour, I couldn't remember what the date, the year was. I think it would have been maybe 2004, maybe 2002. I don't quite remember. But I came in. We were chasing. We'd bowled really well, and we were chasing. I think it was 196 that England had put on the board, and I came in to bet at 4 down for 40. And absolutely just changed the face of the game because I was young and happy to express myself. I came and I hit the ball really nicely on the day. Scored 46, but it was an innings that changed the face of the game. So, you know, some of my special moments came from not so much the performances, but the results that we got for the team.
We're going to take a short break, but we'll be back. Yes, I have Stewart Mukoma Shuto MATSIKENYERI, writer and living legends, proudly brought to you by Teleso Zimbabwe in proud partnership with Proton Bakers. Do not go away, we'll be right back. The second segment of Living Legends, and thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you're enjoying yourselves as much as I'm doing right here. I brought in our all-time cricketer, and of course, you know, she does say, there was this one. I'm like, you know what, we need to just remove all these guys from the national team.
Yeah.
All right, I understand that you retired at an early stage, 2010. Why early retirement?
Take you back to when you, I think one of your early questions, and one of my answers was Stephen Mangongo was instrumental because he made us, he showed us a way to enjoy the game. So in 2010, when I decided to step away from the game, at that stage I'd stopped enjoying it. You know, there was a couple of changes happening, and I had a young family, which obviously became my my first priority. So those things weren't just coming to a place where I could play cricket. So there was no enjoyment, so I had to step away from the game.
Oh, you know, I just wish all men could make their families their first priority. I'm joking. All right, 2015, you came back. Actually, you were playing for the Chevrons in World Cup. Tell me about it.
Yeah. So when I left in 2010, I stopped enjoying playing cricket under the conditions that we had back then. But I knew that I wanted to be in cricket, so I went down to South Africa and I started coaching. That's when I started my coaching career. So while I was there, I was working with a really wonderful man. I think, you know, one that's been really instrumental in my coaching. His name is Justin Sammons. You know, so we had a lot of conversations. He also asked the same question you asked about why I retired early. And at that time I was playing, from the onset I was playing for a club in Johannesburg, and I was getting some really good scores. So that question would always come up. But I didn't expect a lot of people to, you know, to understand it, because people see things from the outside. They don't really consider your family. They don't really consider everything else that you want to be in place. They just are interested in the cricketer. So, you know, as we went, that fire to play cricket came back. And as you'd have it, time does things. Was on a tour back in Zimbabwe with us, so I was working at St. John's. So we traveled to Harare to play in our pre-season, just some pre-season tour games. And at that time, I think Zimbabwe were playing Australia. And just went back to the change room, had a chat with the guys, and LT Chigumbura was the captain at that time. So he started that conversation, you know, because I think we had unfortunately had a bit of a drain in players. We had a few players that had left and all of those things. So he asked the question, would you consider coming back? And my first answer to Elton was no. No, I wouldn't, because you know, I had my reasons. So in going back, Justin Sammons I told him about it. We had a conversation about it. And seeing that he was my boss as well, you know, he managed to put me in a place where he made it possible to play cricket again, because you know, we put a plan together where my family would be looked after. So it allowed me to play cricket. So I came back and I played in a season, and I played really well. And you know, fortunately, I won selection for the 2015 World Cup. So yeah, that is again another highlight of my career.
Yes, and then after 2015 World Cup, Showpiece, you retired again.
I did not actually retire. I wanted to play. I really wanted to play, and everything was put in place, like I said, from my employer point of view. But at that stage, I was told that I could not represent my country if I lived outside of the country. So again, I was faced with making a choice there, and I chose my family over my career. Yeah, the journey has been good so far, but I think I've been blessed, because I've just come across players with such an abundance of talent. So you know, guiding them has been such a joy. It has its challenges, but for a person like me, I suppose I'm always looking to learn, which is an important thing. But through my international career, I made a lot of mistakes, which I'm now aware of. I've become aware of through coaching. So it is fairly, I don't want to say easy, but it's a skill that I have to be able to communicate these things and try and guide players that of serious talent to maybe not make the same mistakes that I made, that my mates made, and you know, to help them be better than to reach places higher than I played, than my mates played. So yeah, that's been the story. I think it's a case of being at the right place at the right time, maybe.
All right, Stewart, I understand that in every game there are ups and downs, that's a fact. But with cricket, man, I can't lie to you, there has been a lot of disappointments of late. Do you think something must be done to up the game? And if you were in any position, what would you do to change the game?
Yeah, so I'm 2 seasons back now. I believe that there's things that can be done. This is, if I didn't believe it, I wouldn't be back here. And if I didn't enjoy doing it again, then I wouldn't be back here. So it's about learning from, from the places where we faltered. And it's about finding our brand as Zimbabwe. Nobody knows the Zimbabwean story like we do. We play against internationals that don't know what it's like to queue for 4 hours, and all of those things. So I think the key thing is understanding ourselves as Zimbabweans and map a way forward. So there are things. We've got a new director of cricket at the moment, which is exciting. So together with him, we're all looking to support him, and hopefully we can find those answers together, and in the future we can get better results.
Nice.
For Zimbabwe.
Nice. We're gonna take a short break, but we'll be back just now. Yes, I have a shoot to MATSIKENYERI on Living Legends. We'll be right back. The last and final segment of Living Legends, and thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you're enjoying yourselves as much as we are doing back in the studio tonight. Yes, I have Stewart MATSIKENYERI, our all-time cricketer, right here on Living Legends, proudly brought to you by Telesis Zimbabwe in proud partnership with Proton Bakers. Shuto, do you think Zim cricket has got future?
Definitely, without a doubt. The abundance of talent that is in Zimbabwe cricket is just amazing. The key is to be able to retain that talent, and along the way, putting in place things that can make them perform. But talent, we definitely have.
Do you think the ministry must have something to do with this?
I think Zimbabwe has got everything to do with this. National representatives, and everybody wants Zimbabwe cricket team to do well. Everybody wants the Warriors to do well. So we all have a part to play, whether it is support by way of turning up at the ground, or in as far as the ministry is concerned, they understand where they have to come in. Yeah.
Oh, so do you have a best combination during the course of the game?
Combination as in?
As in, do you have, maybe if it's Taibu or Hamilton, do you have anyone that you say, if this person is in the game, I'm good to go?
Yeah, as a coach?
No, as a player.
As a
back
player?
Then.
Yeah, definitely. I played with quite a number of guys, and enjoyed playing with different sorts of combinations, but...
Who do you miss the most?
Yeah, but definitely I enjoyed batting with Tatenda a lot. We had a real good understanding. We trained a lot together. So that was really my favorite partner. But Hamilton is not too far off. And I suppose on the other side, Charles Coventry is not too far off as well, because we came along pretty much at the same time.
Nice. Yeah. All right, so I understand that you're married to our former Zimbabwe OC, and you have a family. Just tell us about your family.
Yeah, we have 2 beautiful children. We're blessed with. We've got Jaden, our 12-year-old boy, and CL, 9-year-old girl. And yeah, God has been good to us. It's been a good journey. It's been a wonderful journey. We've had our our really good times, we've had our challenging times, but we're sticking it out there and enjoying it along the way.
So how does it come about? I understand that she's also in Limelight, and you're also in Limelight. She is a model by profession, and she is known everywhere. She's an international model, and you're also a cricket player.
Yeah. So I met Osley way before I played for Zimbabwe, and before she modeled, well, at least in pageants, she was always a model. But yeah, funny story. Actually, it was a case of her. She was in TV like you, if you remember a program called Teen Scene.
Yep.
So yeah, so she interviewed my mates when they were in Bulawayo. And along the way, that's how we met.
Nice. So do you feel any pressure? I understand that she's got so many eyes on her internationally, even back home. Do you feel any pressure, Sama?
Well, pressure is always there, like anybody else, but not in the sense of being worried or anything like that. No.
All right. So our time is not on our side, but thank you so much for coming through to Living Legends. All right, I understand that there are a lot of aspiring steward, MATSIKENYERI, who are looking at us tonight. What do you have to say to them so that they can be where you are right now in Sunday?
Yeah, so I would say enjoy what you're doing, but most importantly, follow your dream, and never let anything deter you from staying on the path which you choose. Believe that you can go a very, very long way. Yeah.
Nice. So what do you have to say to the Zimbabwean cricket fans who are looking forward to great games?
Yeah, to our fans, first and most importantly, we appreciate all of them. We understand their frustrations. We understand their frustrations. But just to assure them that we're working very hard to bring the results that they deserve. We'll be working tirelessly to make sure that we get as close as possible to winning more games than we have been.
Nice. Well, I understand that for someone to be called a legend, or where you are right now, you can't say it's by your power and by my step. Anyone that you want to pay tribute to tonight?
Well, a lot. There are a lot of in cricketing sense. There are a lot of people that came before our time that definitely inspired us to play cricket. The recently passed chairman of life president of Zimbabwe Cricket, Mr. Chingoka, is one that comes to mind. On the playing front, Trevor Madondo is also late, but definitely a cricketer that showed us that it is possible, because when we started playing, there was not a lot of black cricketers that played. So. Well, yeah, quite a number of people, but I think I would like to mention those two for now.
Nice. All right, thank you so much for coming through to the show. May God bless you, and may you greet others for us when you say, and may you tell them that we're waiting for wins.
Yeah, no,
all right, so this program is being partnered with Proton Bakers from Marondera. So they told me that, you know what, Masi, when you go to Stewart, can you please go and give him this ham and say, you know what, may cricket in Zimbabwe go on and on.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much for coming through.
Cheers.
All right. That was Stewart MATSIKENYERI right here on Living Legends. And thank you so much for paying your attention and tuning into Living Legends. You make us your number one. I must love you guys and leave you, but do not despair, because next week I'm back again, same time, same place with another legend. So for your views and comments, or you think you're Living Legend and you want us to pay a visit, do not hesitate. Feel free to contact us on the number that is appearing on your screen right now. So to our proud sponsors, Teleso Zimbabwe, our proud partners, Proton Bakers, of course, our beautiful couches and the table and the set is from Indigo Interior, located at number 30 Daika Crescent in Borodie West in Harare. And of course, Tembani Boche for this beautiful dress. Goodbye from ourselves and the Living Legends production crew that has been running around to make sure that this program is lit. We see you next week.